Today, I'm going to be having you guys listen to a podcast, Space, with Uncle Demi and a lot of the creators that played NBA 2K24 early. Now, I want you guys to listen closely to what Uncle Demi says. I'm going to leave you guys here with the movie documentary. Drop a like for your boy OG. Share this video around. More content coming soon. We're really going to go crazy with this NBA 2K24 content. The grind is going to be different. It's going to be different. I'm telling y'all, a lot of shifts, a lot of phase. This is that time where I'm going to put in a lot of work and make a lot of movements.
Game, and there's not y'all don't know why it's there. I know why it's there, and sometimes I feel like, well, if we say it, it'll give them an idea, like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But but at the same time, I do feel like this year is being received well. I know the seasons right now that came out, that's been a very big question mark. It's just really tough, even for me. Like, I'm sitting here, I'm just like, okay, so I'm just trying to figure out the paid version, what's that going to really accomplish. But I think that if I'm getting it together, trying to get this all together, I'm thinking that it's probably not going to be tailored to us. It's probably going to be tailored to more of the casual person, because we're going to hit 40 regardless. So I don't see, unless, people want to get like the cosmetics type stuff, but that's where I'm starting to settle in. Because, at first I was just really saying, like, man, well, if I'm going to pay this, I want to make sure I get, but I doubt that there's going to be any type of, I guess for us, it would be like an attribute boost or something like that, whatever. Because then that'll be paid to play. So if anything like that, it'll probably be on the free one, the free one that we've already got. Like the arm sleeve, most likely will probably be on the free season pass, right?
Well,
Yeah.
well,
So
as a content creator,
that's
would
kind of
you
where
see
I'm looking
yourself buying it, the season pass?
I mean, it just depends. I mean, like, what I do. I mean, if it's like some jerseys or something, it might good to bring out. If it's like a Shaq jersey or something, that's like cool. I can use that for a video. Like, what I mean? You don't know. We don't know. We're kind of just all just in the dark with it.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, Jimmy, I got a really important question that I've seen literally not a single person think about so far. So, the shot timing stability changes the multiple different shot timings. Like, you have less of a chance if you're at A plus than if you're at B, right?
yeah.
Has Zen's been brought up about that? Because I'm feeling like maybe with an A plus you could use a Zen.
I strongly doubt it. Because the problem is that, well,
They got another device that you can use, man. So
Let me find out easier
cheaters are going to
types
cheat, man.
in.
They're going to always try to be a step ahead. But I do feel like there's just it's enough in there to where it's just going to be very hard. I can only see somebody being able to utilize a Zen if it's just like they have it set to one setting for one type of shot with like stamina. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're full, like maybe it's like a set shot that's going to be the same at all time. I just can't see a guard dribbling and trying to pull up and shoot with a Zen, because there's still a variation within that. You see what I'm saying?
Like, guy in the corner with an A plus is probably the only guy that could probably do it.
Who knows? I mean, like, again, we just kind of just speculating. I have no idea. I don't know. I want to know. To be clear with that, I wouldn't know at all.
Yeah.
There's just no way of telling. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But I know the team would know. But I'm talking about for right now, speaking about 24, it'd be hard enough, like, to speculate that. I wouldn't even want to put that out there.
So I'm not sure if Mike Wing has addressed this or if you're allowed to, but he was talking about ball handle moves that are at 95 now. Are there dunk animations that are like 95, 99? Is there things that are high category?
Nah, no. Yeah, I definitely can't speak on that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not out yet.
I'm thinking
I think, like I said, I can tell the people all the time, man. It's like, you kind of just put two and two together. I think that's the best way to say it.
Yeah, because there's no way you're, getting Michael Jordan free throw line dunks again at 88 driving dunk with a 75 verticals.
And I think that kind of comes along with like attributes should matter. And so I feel like with the ball handle shit, we should just like assume that they're moving in the right direction with making attributes matter.
Yeah, I think it would be safe to say, like, you just look at what Mike already spoke on about the Westbrook, and then you understand like what Wolf, how like, I mean, you can just put two and two together.
Well, that's the answer we needed right there, right between the lines.
Yeah.
Facts.
So I'm guessing top 10. I know you can't talk about this, but
I don't even know about that anyway, so I wouldn't even be able to get on that with the legend stuff. I have no idea.
Top 10 is my guess right now. There's so many things I think it could be, but my best guess is that top 10 is like the 2K20 leaderboard where, people are sliding in and out that are getting the most rep and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, if I, again, like just trying to put 2 and 2 together with it, I think that would be what it is. And also for a legend grinder, I'm assuming, right? And again, you know what, if we assume. So, but to me, I think that the top 10 will probably be some type of like you're immortalized. So it's going to be a fight all through the year. It's going to incentivize a person not to just stop after they hit legend, but to continue to play. Because maybe, again, I'm just saying, it's like when you're in the top 10 at the end of the season, maybe you're immortalized. Those top 10 people will get something special. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It makes sense. That's the only thing that will make sense, right?
Wait, so I thought the rep carried over the full year. Does it?
No, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying at the end of the year, you know how like when you hit legend and they usually put you like on a wall or something like that?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that maybe the top 10, there's some type of incentive to continue to play the whole year to make sure you're in that top 10, because why would you label them the top 10 if it's not something special to come up with?
Oh, they gotta be. Ain't no way we get no parrot again. Like, I
have
hope,
no idea.
I hope
I
they
hope
give something
not,
good
man.
for like the 10 people that from both consoles sweating their ass off, probably boosting a little bit, but sweating their ass off in their chair and like they gonna get some bullshit. Like, no, 2K better treat them nice. Like I need to see them at like a luxury dinner. I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah, man.
So many things. I just don't see them making a bad legend reward after all these things we've seen. That's like, okay, they listen to this, they listen to this. So, man, I hope they don't disappoint with that. I really do. And so, basically, legend is veteran 3 instead of top 10. Because I'm guessing if you're top 10 and you slide to like 11th, 2K wouldn't make you lose your.
I don't think. I think. Come on. Yeah, if you're a legend, again. I'm just going off what I'm thinking because I know if I hit legend, there's no way you're gonna take my legend stuff away after I hit legend, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just assuming the top 10 is just the top 10, meaning like there can be hundreds of legends, but the top 10 is just gonna be recognized as the top 10. Maybe like throughout the city, there's something there. Like I remember how like in 2K18, when we had like on the back there in the course, you always could see like who the top rep was and that type of deal. I mean, I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there, but there's no way that you're gonna take away someone's legend reward just because they fell out of the top 10.
So veteran 3 is basically legend is what I'm getting from that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, we're kind of all
Come on, Academia, you know something.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, we just gotta read between the lines, bro.
Nah, that ain't
every time so good. I don't know. We gotta
100% don't know.
I feel you.
But yeah, so I think it's a good idea. I like that. I like that. I hope. Listen, man. I hope the legend grind ain't like it was in 23 though, because that grind was insane. So I don't know if I want to do it where it's like we had to throw lobs the whole time. And I know in 2K22 it was all about teammate grade. So I'm interested to see also like how the rep is going to work. I don't know which one did y'all like the best. I didn't like the fact I had to do like for this one. I didn't like the fact that for one, me being more of a lockdown, like the 100,000 points was
that was
crazy.
ridiculous. It was like really incentivized for you to play more.
It was hard. It was really hard.
Yeah, it was
really hard. So hopefully it's not that crazy, where it's, but at the same time, I don't know if I really like the other ground where I had to throw lobs the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that got kind of tiring.
Oh yeah, and that wasn't just one game. That was for
great.
Years.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that 22, when you had to do the teammate grade, I like that. You know what I'm saying? I like that a lot, actually, to be honest with you. I feel like that was the best because you didn't have to worry about doing anything other than just having a good grade,
Yeah.
But then, some people, they might, I don't know, man. Like, you got different grinders. Like, you got, like I said, most, like, with key sticks, when you hit that and bulleting them, like, shout out to them, bro, because that was absolutely insane. I'm like, man, 100,000 points. Then you had to do the side seasons, quests all the time. And I mean, it was a lot, you know what I mean? If the legend war would have hit, maybe there'd been more legends. But even at the end of the day, it probably still would have been the least amount of legends because it was such a crazy grind.
Do they have a number of how many people have hit legend this year?
Nah, I mean, they probably do, but I wouldn't know. But I think that you can just kind of just get a feel. Usually when someone hits legend, it's going to be on Twitter. You'll see it. We didn't get a lot of them.
I don't
I
think it was
remember
a lot.
watching
Not
Keystick
a lot.
stream and how sick he
Yeah,
was
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't
when
see
that
that
car
many
spawned.
legends this year.
He really wanted
I'm
to
gonna be
get
Compared
real.
one
I
like
of
don't
to
them.
think
other
I've been to
years.
one
Get
legend
one of
this year.
the
Like I'm not
most.
on the game all the time, but like in a park, I don't think I've ever seen one.
You know what? That's a good thing. I haven't seen a legend either.
I think it's good for the legends to be rare, but the issue with the legend reward this year is that we already have the double badge core thing, which is great, by the way. That's if anyone watches my stuff, you know that's like the best gameplay reward we've got this year by far. But the fact that the legend reward was like, oh, now you can have 3-4 cores, there's very few people that can really like take advantage of that. Like, you know, if you're a pure lock, you could maybe use your 4 cores for defense or something like that. But there's very few bit more builds that's gonna like use more than the double core. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just
No,
want to see
no,
Legend
yeah,
make
yeah,
other
I agree.
builds viable, you know, where it's like there's some type of reward and like, oh, I can play on a build this way instead of how I normally did, or just like maybe make rare builds more viable.
No, yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, that's what 2K20
Yep.
really went crazy with the legend stuff because then you was able to get like, you know, when I hit legend, man, I was able to get like my all those rare builds became absolute like viable or guides. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
even
yeah.
on 21,
I
it's
mean, hey, you
basically the
more
same thing
basketball, yeah,
too.
because you was using a lot of them. But yeah, so it's like
Oh, yeah.
I think that you know, but again, it's all about what the actual meta is going to be, man. I think like, you know, that's the big thing, you know, and at the end of the day, people are going to still make what they feel is you know, overpowered
I'm
and
just
what they can take
one
advantage of. So
one thing I am scared of is like just in the builder with it being somewhat freeform. I'm just scared of those loopholes. Like day one, there's obviously gonna be a lot more people on the game than probably test it. I'm just scared like there's gonna be one height or one like weight wingspan combination that makes that shit better. And once the game drops, I don't think they've ever really patched the builder because people are spending their
now you
money. So
can't,
like
hell no, you
you
can't. Come
can't.
on,
So
man, you
it's
can't do
like
that because
you
once the
got to make that
builders,
sure that shit's
yeah,
good on the first try. And with
Once
freeform,
people
there's just
got
a
their
lot of room for error. So
yeah,
I'm always scared with
once
that.
people start putting money into something, you can't change it. You can't change that. You know,
Yeah.
that's a big no.
yeah, they
So
can't have another 21 next gen. We cannot.
like I said, man, preferably, man, you know, people that um you know, everything is not, you know, there's not everything. Like you can't equate for everything, right? Every
Yeah, for
variable
sure.
when it comes to you know, to that stuff, but you know, because regardless, there's always going to be some type of meta, right?
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully, it's to the point to where the meta is so blurred that you get people strongly believing, nah, this is the best build. And again, I
Exactly.
go back to
That's where I feel like 2K
2K20.
is
I go
the
back to
best.
2K20 because I say you could ask 5 different guards and they could all say, nah, man, the facilitating shooter or the play
Actually,
shot, the two-way slashing playmaker or the
Mm-hmm.
facilitating finisher. Like, you know, because Joe had a facilitating finisher, you know, basketball,
That
you actually
bronze.
had a pure playmaker, right? You know
I
what
had a pure playmaker, but the first build I made in 2K20 was a slashing playmaker, so I was one thing off. If I would have made the two-way, that would have been it first build. And so
Yeah.
I
You
was
see what I'm
close.
saying? So
Yeah,
it's like
I had a
multiple
Yeah, the
guards.
two
go
way
for
was
last one.
crazy.
Yeah.
Multiple people had multiple guards. Even had like the BP build, right? So to me, I think that's what's really going to determine that, right? Is
Mm-hmm.
if the game is, you know, comes out and people are like, you know what, yeah, that style works for you, but to me this works, and it's multiple builds and there's a variety in that,
Mm-hmm.
then I can see that. But you know, again, we just don't know until the game comes out, because immediately
Yeah.
once the game come out, people are going to immediately start shifting, changing stuff up if they realize like this is not going to work. Like, I can't be a slasher, or you know, I need this, I need that. So you know,
Mm-hmm.
or if something broken comes out, come on, if anything broken comes out, nobody's going to be at a disadvantage. They're going to, you know, everybody's going to make it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else wants to talk. We got like 6 people in here. I'm trying to let y'all talk.
Hey, bro, I was just absorbing all that
I'm tough,
information right
bro.
there.
I'm
Hey, bro, I've been through like so many spaces.
listening.
All right.
It's facts,
We
bro.
got
Yeah, I
some.
mean, ain't gonna lie, bad. You ain't gonna talk about none that these other spaces ain't talk about yet, dog.
Yeah, Ja.
Yeah,
Bro,
I promise you,
Even
dog.
Red City Boy
Niggas done
hopped on
touched
that
that
on
bitch.
motherfucker
everything,
Red
dog.
had a space for
Oh,
9 hours,
man.
bro.
That nigga Red, yeah,
9
9
hours?
hours?
Nah,
Damn.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
bro.
motherfucker was jumping.
nah, this thing lasts 2 hours, bro. Ain't no way. But look,
um,
something we want to talk about though, Uncle Demi, what you were talking about, legend and all that. I think that legend is much more important because, like, yeah, there's very few people that hit it, but just in terms of like even promotion for the game, right? So in 2K20, I counted, I don't know the exact number at the moment, but it was like 70 plus videos that had the word legend in it. And then in 2K20, two, it was like 10. So it's like just that itself is huge for, interest in the game.
Yeah.
Having a good legend board.
Yeah. No, I mean, legend is absolutely important. And I mean, you can tell how the way now that especially this legend grind, you can expect again, there's going to be a lot of customer support going to be really popping because, legend this time around I think is going to be probably the biggest we've seen in the past like 4 or 5 2Ks. So, the legend grind, especially the creators that are speaking up saying they're going to go for it. You know what I mean? You're talking about previous legend, individuals that hit legend previously, first. This could be a really good race. I saw obviously G-Sice. Spoke up and said he was going to go for it.
Really? I didn't see that.
Yeah, G-Sice, Nade, Chalk.
Chalk,
I mean, like, so you talking about if this is really going on, it's going to be good again. You know what I mean? Because then, or we might have that, crazy thing we had. And was it 2K? What was it 19? Or was it? Yeah, 19. When someone out of nowhere in Asia or something.
Yeah,
It was
no
weird.
idea.
Something
the
weird.
live
Yeah.
crew, dude.
So it's always dope to see that. Like, I mean, so like the legend grind would definitely help us out as a community because if the excitement is there and they're streaming and people are playing the game and we're watching, keeping track, like that right there is a type of energy that we haven't had in a while. So, I hope that that's something that comes back. And then again, like I pray just like everybody else, like the legend awards. Because listen, if the legend award is something insane, you best believe everybody that is on the fence or now gonna be like, yep, time for me to hit this legend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think
You know what I mean? That's what it is. It's just that extra bit of excitement. And then again, that keeps the excitement going, and pushing us through. So at least we can be able to get at least like 9 months of like really great activity. You know what I'm saying? Like that, to me, I felt like after like January, the game really just started to trickle down for creators.
Especially with like the legend rewards in the recent 2Ks. Like I feel like that's kind of a big reason because like a lot of people later in the game when you got like all those 40 plus badges, it's a lot of legend videos because then like the average content creator would hit legend and be able to make a lot of different builds and content on it.
Yep. That's 100%.
yeah, but I feel like it wasn't that many legends because it was hard, but it was like it's because like people didn't want to hit it after they seen what they got. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course. Agree, 100%.
So yeah, hopefully, like I really want to grind the game like to legend and shit, but like that reward got to be worth it, man. I ain't gonna lie. It's like if not, then people are just gonna, you know what I'm saying, just pay for their little tiers and shit. And that's about it.
Yeah.
But I do like
Question about
how they put the rep back in though. It gives you a reason to fucking keep playing and playing and playing. So that's a good thing.
And it'd also be dope to see what the rewards are for that.
Yeah,
so I think
100%. Because I feel like with those separate, there's gonna be more like at least gameplay incentive rewards.
I hope so. I don't think.
Well,
again, I hope it's not anything cosmetic, but I feel like it should be.
That's what the season pass is for.
Rewards for that. Yeah, I could keep that in the season passes, and then let us that are really the individuals that's really grinding for top rep is to keep incentivizing us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, man, I have a really good sense of like just the environment of 2K and everything. Like the past 3 years I've been there, it's just like this one here is special. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really like that type of feeling. Like it's special. Like it's like I've been really excited about it. I can tell on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? I've been really excited about it.
Special.
Yeah, I hope so too, Demi. But like it's like every year we get the same feeling though. You feel me? It's like.
Yeah,
I think it's like
this feeling different though. This feeling different. You know what I'm saying? I ain't felt this way in a long time. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. The amount of how I got let down in
pop.
21 Next Gen, bro, I will never be able to like fully trust in 2K because 21 Next Gen I thought was gonna be like go into like a whole new console.
It's like bro, it's like this bad bitch keep breaking my heart, man. How many times I'm gonna believe her, bro? Like it's like that's how I feel with 2K, bro. Like you know what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, play this. If
the
Demigod build was really not in 23, it will be a lot more solid than what it is, right? You know what I'm saying? Because all the builds we originally made, the game was dope. Remember the first, like I said,
Yep.
and initially everybody was excited.
It's
Yo,
always how it
don't
is.
change
Every
us into
2K
that.
first month
But
is the
then
best.
once we started realizing, like, yo, wait a minute, whoa. Once the meta shifted, it became rinse and repeat. It got very stale because it's like, bro, like everybody's got the same
Yep,
stuff.
everybody doing the same thing.
Yeah. So it really
Right.
changed.
Nobody gonna
So
be different.
I think it wouldn't be so. Based on what I'm saying is that that's just how it is, man. Right? It's like sometimes it's you just can't account for everything. So it's just like, man, you just pray like, yo, like there's nothing that's gonna like break it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it's at. But the good thing is, it's like you have data and you're able to look at 23, correct that. You know what I'm saying? And again, so from 2K20, from obviously 2K20, that was pretty solid. I still with the pie charts, but from the freeform builder, 21, 22, 23, it's like every single previous 2K when it came to that, it was fixed. You know what I'm saying? And that's just kind of how it is. But I feel like this time around with the new people that was put in there, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of this stuff is just like, all right, cool, like more proactive with being in front of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that hopefully, there is nothing that's going to change it to where, again, like I said, where the meta is blurred, where people can strongly stand on top of their soapbox and be like, you might think it's just play shot, but I think it's this. And then other people, I think it's this. Like, you know what I mean? And you can rock out with it and be successful with that type of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But you just don't know until we get on the game. And, hopefully, everybody, when they get on, they, don't just immediately be jumping. But man, because that's just what, when people get mad if they're getting plucked too much or they're missing shots or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just like
I
give it a
think
chance,
2K just needs
give it a
to
chance to get some
stay
badges and
10
stuff.
toes down for like the first month, and then just kind of, unless it's like an obvious gameplay flaw, like where you literally can't play the game, they just need to like kind of let people figure it out themselves until like they get their builds situated.
Yeah,
And then kind of tweak stuff.
That people are like, oh, the game's gonna get ruined right away because people are gonna complain. But like when I think about 2K23, someone that goes over patches and all that, they didn't really change a lot this year. Besides steals, like Mike Wing kind of held his ground for good or bad, depending on your opinion with the game itself. But like he didn't change a lot. I mean, he gave us the game, and it was pretty much steals and then like adrenaline off balls that was changed. And that was pretty much it. So hopefully he sticks kind of close to that, unless there's actual like exploits like the walk back that hopefully is gone as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that walk back, bro. I feel like it's like you just dribble it and then all of a sudden you just walk back. Like
I agree.
It's like that shit on.
I think that the dribbling mechanics that I know that somebody mentioned. I think that you mentioned the one of y'all mentioned about like the Sim Nation with Pro Play. I don't listen that like I still think some people are getting that wrong. Like it's wrong. Like that's gonna be for like everybody. Like everybody's gonna be able to benefit from that. And again, that's why
there's so much more animations. In
and actually, if I like I mentioned in my video, I know Badge today, you mentioned it. It's 150 animations just off dribbles. Like I can see all y'all in here that are guards. Same thing. Be like, no, actually, I think these SIGs are like the best. Like I feel like this SIG combination is better and it's different. I would love to see that everybody having their own style with it and mess around. Like it's gonna be a lot of time of just sitting in there just trying to figure them out because it's a lot. You go from 37 to 150. Like you can be in there all day. So, but
it's good to see variety in play styles, especially when it comes to builds and just everything. That's always nice. Not playing the same people over and over again.
Yeah, well, yeah, that'd be nice. I play it. If I don't see a 6'9" ever again, man, I'll be happy.
Right. There's no way it comes down to like, okay, this is the best move. Like obviously there's gonna be best moves, right? But hopefully it comes down to like, okay, you can use these moves, these are really good, and then these moves are really good. And then it's kind of like what you were saying with, what's the best build in 2K20, like where it goes, okay, actually, no, these are the best set of drill moves. No, these are the best set. And it's like an arguable thing,
Yeah. Yeah. Because and also if it requires, like, there's going to have to be sacrifices. And I think that's what I like. Sacrifices of trying to hit these high tiers. A 95 ball handle, I don't care what anybody say, to be able to get Westbrook. A lot of people gonna come out and be like, I just don't know if I can sacrifice that much. So I'm gonna have to let Westbrook go. I'm gonna have to find something else. And then other people like, you know what? Well, I have like a pure playmaker type style, so then whatever, I'm gonna go all out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go as high as like I'm gonna get these dribble animations, but I'll sacrifice somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So me already, that is a W. You know what I'm saying? That is like a massive W, because beforehand, no one had to worry about that. There was no sacrificing when you was making a 6'9". You know what I mean? And again, there was no sacrificing with a 6'1" other than height, but like you still had good perimeter defense and a steal, so you can still go and do what you had to do. So, but when you have to literally sit there and be like, yo, like I have to take like, okay, something I got to sacrifice. You know what I mean? That's where you really start to get creative, because what Badge Plug think is what he wants sacrifice on his guard build is going to be different from Solo, and Solo is going to be different from Shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you know what you want and you know how you want to play, but none of y'all going to be like, yo, you're going to sacrifice different stuff. You know what I mean? Your builds will come out different just off what Mike tweeted about, you know what I'm saying, with the 95.
Yeah. So I got a question for you, Demi. You made a tweet talking about what's the height that players should be able to get pro dribbles. Are you able to speak on what you guys came up with?
Nah.
Dang.
I can't speak on none of that. I can't speak on none of the builder stuff.
I try.
It seems like 2K is actually trying to make a push that you need to get on next gen. Like, there's a huge difference, and they're kind of leaving current gen in the dust. Do you feel that change at all? Like, actually, is pro play on current gen? Am I tripping?
Heck no, nah.
So, yeah, that's a huge difference. It's a huge difference in gameplay.
Well, it's also just because of the console itself. Just can't. It's just not able to.
But like, they're actually making a push, just technology and everything like that. That like they want people to go on next gen. But do you think that this paywall of seasons is gonna stop most of these? Because it's just little kids. It's little kids still on current gen. You think that's gonna stop them from getting over there?
I mean, you don't have to buy that stuff.
I still think people are still going to be like on the newer gen consoles, just because it's been out for so long and they're getting cheaper, and you know more and more people are getting them every day.
Yeah, Series S is you can find the Series S for
it's like $200, $300.
Yeah,
I don't know why people
200, 180. You can
Yeah,
find
that's just cheap on eBay. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
one thing
I'm glad they're finally
actually PS5
making a change,
is just PS5, but
one thing I have noticed though, I feel like 2K always leaves a reason for some people to play on current gen. At least in the recent 2Ks, like with 23, like they gave them 1v1 matchmaking for whatever reason. Wasn't on next gen. I wonder if like that's gonna be a thing, because they probably make a lot of money selling both games. Let's be real. It's 2 copies of a game. So I feel like I really hope there's not a reason to buy current gen, and that like justifies people to play both. And it's just everybody on one game.
I think this is the year where next gen fully takes that separation from.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I
really hope so. But I just hope they don't leave like a couple scraps to be like, oh, here's what the current gen games will have, and it gives the people like, oh man, I mean, I guess I can stick it out another year on current gen, you know?
I mean, there's a reason why people like. There's a reason why publishers still make the old gen games, because I mean, there's still a base there. So regardless, I think realistically, it'll be unrealistic to think that there's not going to be a base there.
But
I hope they don't take out.
Every year there's going to be
kids on current gen.
Every year there'll be more and more going.
Are you able to answer if there's more players on next gen or current gen?
Nah, I wouldn't even know that anyway.
All right.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know that anyway.
Hey, Jimmy. Nobody can ask this question yet. Does strength really matter this year, bro?
Does what?
Does strength really matter this year?
And I can't even use those examples. Yes, it will. It's going to matter, regardless if you don't. Yeah, it's just going to matter, and you'll see what I'm talking about immediately. People will know exactly. If you're in here, when you go in the game, you're going to see why it matters. Even if you don't think it matters, I'll stop it there. Yeah, it's going to matter.
Okay. So strength is going to matter. Like you gonna like see it.
I don't know. I heard this story before, man.
No.
This is last year. They said this last year.
You'll see.
They said it last
Check
year.
this out. When the game comes out, you'll see what I'm saying.
Is there going to be a lot of empty stats to where a free builder can get taken advantage of?
I wouldn't know. I can't answer that. I won't.
So is the
but ideally, I would say this though. I feel like regardless, people are going to still make sacrifices, right?
Yeah.
So even if you feel like, because like I can still see somebody be like, you know what, I don't give a crap. I'm sitting corner anyway. I don't need defense. You see what I'm saying? Like that happens. People in the state, like guards, they don't You're not getting defense.
Some
You
There's
guys
don't
only
make
probably
your
gonna get
sacrifice
guard.
on
zero
every
D.
build in every 2K.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what it is. You know, they
But
play
there was
pro am or whatever. They don't
sacrifices,
need it.
and then there was 6'9" demigods.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah,
there was a
that's
lot
not.
of empty
They want.
stats that
That's
you
one of
can
the
leave
sacrifice
alone,
options.
and
Yeah,
you would
that's
really
it.
not face any repercussions from it. You feel
You
like
said what?
they've noticed that there was a lot of stats that you can just leave alone, and you wouldn't face that many repercussions from it.
Yeah, I mean, but what I'm saying, that's what I was saying with the whole no defense thing. Like, there's repercussions for leaving certain stuff out, but some people are okay with that, right? Like, if you're a center, why I don't care. I don't need to dribble, right? I don't need speed ball. Like, so yes, there's
Yeah.
certain, every single, there's gonna be, depending on what you play, there's always gonna be a sacrifice somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So, but for what I'm saying is that massive exploits, again, I go back to like the Michael Jordan being the most powerful, dribble style, but yet it didn't require you to utilize a lot of attributes. That's what I'm talking about, where it's like, that's where you start getting broken, but when you have the best animations and statistically the best packages or whatever, and they're the highest rated, and you have to sacrifice something else just to get that, that's where you start to look for balance. That's when you start getting the balance.
I like it. I like that. Just only makes sense. The best animations are the highest up.
So Demi,
You know?
you see more role players this year, you think?
That's a tough one, bro. I mean, it's really hard because when you say a role player, like, some people are like, I feel like people can get on a build and just naturally just be able to do things on it that casuals can't. So I feel like, you know what I mean, the hardcore gamers, they're gonna be able to make builds and be able to do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
probably
that's
get
just
But
hit
I
in the
would say
corner with a
Slim is
60
good
or
as a
All
something.
right.
role player.
Is
Like,
there gonna
people
be
play good.
builds that are actually gonna be useful when the ball is not in their hands?
what does that mean when the ball's not in the hands?
Like, all right, pause. All right,
Bro,
you
he's
know
just
what I
bored
mean,
of
though.
sitting
You know
there
what I
You
mean?
trying to
doing
punch
Like,
somebody?
like,
What's going on?
are they gonna take the sacrifice of not being able to dribble the ball but being good at other things?
Treat you like a lockdown,
Yeah,
it.
like if a lockdown.
lockdown corner sitter, but like he probably can't dribble.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're still gonna be good.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty dumb question.
All right, Zach, I hate you.
Hey, Demi.
But
So
nah, but yes.
you were talking about the sacrifices, right? So a 6'1", calm, sweaty, stage player, most of them don't upgrade defense. So because of that, they're able to get, high driving dunk, high 3-pointer, high ball handling. Do you think because of that sacrifice again this year, they'll be able to make very similar builds to 2K23? Like no defense, pure offense.
I just think that just going off of the progression of builders from year to year, that the expectation should be that that's going to be different.
Okay.
And,
So harder, right? Probably to get all those things that you want.
Dan Skippy, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
That's going to be an interesting one. I can't lie.
yeah.
Do you think that I seen Fanta was talking about how defense is better than offense at the moment? Do you think that that's because
Say it again. You broke out. Defense, what?
I think Fanta said that defense was better than offense at the moment or something like that recently? Do you think that's because people really haven't got to lab the game, and once they do, it'll probably be close to like 50-50?
See, this is where like Fanta and I was talking today about and yesterday, because it's like you talking about Fanta. He's like the one of like less of 1%. Like, this dude's a freaking pro player, right? Like, he's played at the highest pinnacle of the game. So it's like he see things a lot differently from the competitive standpoint, and he visualized it as like him going against people like himself, on the stage, that type of deal. So it's really hard to try to answer that, because if you're talking about like just normal people playing whatever, I feel like it's pretty balanced. But then I can see what he's saying is like, with the defense mechanics and bumping and that type of deal, he's visualizing like, yo, like you get these crazy these competitive lockdowns, things can be different. But I also will say that, if he was be able to really lab up on it, I feel like that's going to be, because you got to understand, defense, when you go in a game defensively and that was like a focus, you're going to immediately get that impact. So it's like, and then on top of that, defense is defense, right? So when you're talking about new SIGs and like new ways of actually of new controls of how to actually put these combinations together, that's a learning curve that is going to take time. So, just like in sports in real life, like, defense usually, we get spring training, or like right now when people are looking at these games, these football games, defense has a massive advantage because like defense is more a reacting thing, whereas offense, you got to like strategize a lot more to be able to get these things to be effective. And I think that's the same thing. That what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, it's really hard for me to answer that because in Fanta's world, it might be that. You know what I mean? But from when we were playing, like, just like like me and other people that was there, it was like, shoot, this seems pretty balanced to me. But you know what I mean? I can see where he's coming from with it.
Yeah. See, I was thinking it was more like, that if y'all gave him a month to play, he probably would think differently about it being better on defense. Because I remember in the beginning of the year, the reason why I'm saying that is I specifically remember like pro-am players saying, "Oh, the games are 40-40 and like 50-50." And then now, if you go watch a pro-am game, they're doing the fat stop and the crabs and the
yeah, exactly. That's right on. Like you hit it right on the head, bro. It's just a matter of just getting in, labbing it up. And I also will say that it's probably going to be a lot longer than usual just because there is so many different SIGs and stuff in there. And you have to give every animation a chance because they're all reworked. So even if those animations beforehand, you're like, man, these things were ass. Now, since they were reworked and you was pro playing stuff, they might be good that you don't know. So it's like, like I said, I can see people just in there just like, yo, equip each one and just be like, all right, yeah. You know what I mean? Trying to figure it out.
It's gonna take time. Whole day in that, like an actual 14-hour day, just trying to animate. Like it's crazy that people are gonna have to do that. Like there's so many animations
that's a lot, man. When Mike said 150, I said, dang. And then he said it was 37. I was like, it was 37 to 150. It's like, God, I'm glad I ain't got to worry with that. You know what I'm saying?
That's a huge. Bezos gonna be
more options though.
Straight.
Yeah, you got him.
I wonder, then why they took out where you could you can level up your overall off the court, and you don't have to do it right on the court where they put you in like a cutscene when you level up. Back in 19 you can get off
that
the
shit was
court
hard.
and take a picture with your crowd or whatever, bro, and
I see
that way. Yeah, just level up that way. That was dope.
Dang. Yeah, man.
I think they changed it because of Road to 99, right? Because it was much more impactful when you repped up, or you got to level up. The entire legend grind.
Yeah, because now you rep up on the part, like you do the animation while you're still in the court. I don't know, man. I mean, that's something that I could, obviously put in to ask about.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
I know what you're talking about. Because like, you know what I mean? Because if you're hitting legend,
yeah, you probably want to do. You don't want to do it like, I want to hop off with, with my community, whatever, in the park, and just you celebrate it like, what I'm saying, doing it right there instead of doing it right on the court. Automatically, they doing it for you.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't think about that. That's fire though. But yeah, I definitely can pass that up.